Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem, Bruchim Habayim. We're continuing Siman Nun Gimel. Let's see again, Mechaber Sif Beis. Ein loymar yishtabach elam kein amar baruch she'amar uktzas Pesukei Dzimra. You do not say yishtabach unless you said baruch she'amar and part of Pesukei Dzimra. The Mishna Berura said that's whether it's a shliach tzibur or anybody else. Why not? Says the Mishna Berura, because I'm just reviewing outside. Yishtabach is a bracha achroina after Pesukei Dzimra, and it does not begin with a baruch because it's smucha leberchas baruch she'amar. Therefore, you cannot say it without baruch she'amar. Cannot say yishtabach without baruch she'amar. Not like people who make a mistake that they start with yishtabach, because by saying yishtabach without baruch she'amar, it's a baruch she'amar. It's a bracha levatala. Now, the question we dealt with last time is, why is yishtabach considered bracha levatala if you did not say baruch she'amar? The Dershu says the reason why it's a bracha levatala is because you did not say Pesukei Dzimra, like the Pri Megadim says, but not because you didn't say baruch she'amar. Because if you look in the Ber Halacha says b'diavad, someone who for whatever reason skipped baruch she'amar, and he remembered after he already said Pesukei Dzimra, and he can't make baruch she'amar anymore because it's baruch she'amar is only before Pesukei Dzimra, he should still say yishtabach. So the reason why it's a bracha levatala is not because he didn't say baruch she'amar, it's because he didn't say Pesukei Dzimra. So if you did say Pesukei Dzimra, it would not be a bracha levatala. Okay, amar baruch she'amar, unless he said baruch she'amar. Al kain avel, a yard side, shehisachru lava the beis haknesses ad karv lebaruchu umachrachim lamed al kavan lama yishach from teva. So this avel, or this yard side, he's going to have to get up to the bima. He's going to have to get up to the amud for a yishtabach. Why can't he start with baruchu? Ki also lahafsik ben yishtabach lekadish. Can't be mafsik between yishtabach and kaddish. Meaning he can't get up in between after yishtabach. So he's going to have to get up for yishtabach. In other words, an eitzah would be, so let the guy skip baruch she'amar and yishtabach, and he'll just start with baruchu. No, that's not an eitzah, because he can't be mafsik. You can't have one guy step down by yishtabach and another guy get up for kaddish. You can't have an interruption in between. He should at least say baruch she'amar and ashri. Likewise, a chazan Shabbos who delays coming. Yira al kapanim learn metchila atzar baruch she'amar avashri v'nishmas v'chanal b'siman nun beis Mishna Berura Siv Katan Hey. Siv Gimel. Ein levarech al atifas tzitzis beim Pesukei Dzimra liyishtabach. Do not make a bracha on wrapping the tzitzis between Pesukei Dzimra and yishtabach. Ella bein yishtabach liyotzer. Says the Mishna Berura, ein levarech. You should not make the bracha on the atifas tzitzis between Pesukei Dzimra and yishtabach. Afilu im loy hoyeloi talis arata. Even if he did not have a talis until now. V'avshu bein aprakim. Mikamakom kivan shabracha kaya Pesukei Dzimra. Since the bracha of baruch she'amar and yishtabach is going on Pesukei Dzimra, in roy shei hefsek beinam lebein bracha achroina ditu, there should not be a hefsek between Pesukei Dzimra and the bracha achroina. The habracha ru'uya liyos samach lahamitzvah. In other words, you cannot make a bracha on the talis in middle of Pesukei Dzimra. The habracha ru'uya liyos samach lahamitzvah. Aval mikoydem lozeh b'Pesukei Dzimra. So in other words, between the end of Pesukei Dzimra and yishtabach, you can't make a bracha on a talis. You hear this? You can't be mavsik between oz yashir and yishtabach, because yishtabach has to go on Pesukei Dzimra. But you could, Mishna Berura is saying, you could, let's say, between ashri and a halaluka, you could stop and be mavsik and make a bracha. Da al kapanim bein aprakim yaniach hatas yivarach u'makoshkein le'inyan tefillin demuter levarach aleim bein aprakim. V'fradim hu barabim u'mispayesh leishev b'li talis u'tefillin, especially if you're in public and you're embarrassed to be sitting without talis and tefillin. Now, I don't understand what embarrassed to be sitting without talis and tefillin has to do with making a bracha. So put it on. Don't make a bracha. You're embarrassed, so put it on. But why does that allow you to make the bracha? But the bottom line is, Mishna Berura is saying that you're allowed to make a bracha on Talis and Tefillin and Pesukei Dzimra bein haprakim, but you can't do it between Yishtabach and the end of Pesukei Dzimra. I would also add, you can't do it between Baruch Sha'amar and the beginning of Pesukei Dzimra. The same way that the Mishna Berura doesn't spell out, but you can't. The same way Yishtabach is going on Pesukei Dzimra, so is Baruch Sha'amar. But in bein haprakim, you could. What do you want to say?
You already finished Pesukei Dzimra. Why can't you put it on and then say Ashrei again? Like Mendy asked last week, if you already finished Shiurim layout, then after you Shabbat, then just say some more Pesukei Tefillin in between.
I don't know. You yotzei Pesukei Dzimra. So now what? You're adding. You're saying it again. I don't know if it's like a fake out. It's harama. I don't know. I don't know. Let's say a guy who says Tehillim. Is he allowed to say Tehillim at the end of Pesukei Dzimra?
I think not. I think it's a good ride.
Okay. So you should not make a bracha on Atifas Tzitzis between Pesukei Dzimra and Yishtabach. Says Mishna Berura, Adin L'inyan Tefillin. You should not make, says Aliyah Rabbah, but you could do it between Yishtabach and Yotzer. Says Mishna Berura, bein Yishtabach liYotzer, Kol zeh hu davka im lo hayaloi mekadim. All of this is davka if you did not have before. Di lav hachi gam zeh asar. Because otherwise, even then it's asar. Meaning, if you had tefillin, you can't say, well, you're allowed to talk l'tzarchei rabbim now, so I'll put on my talis and tefillin between Yishtabach and Yotzer. Otherwise, it's asar. V'zeh shetzin Ramah ba'ayin lekaman. That's what the Ramah says, ba'ayin lekaman Siman Nun Daled, that you're only allowed to do this if you didn't have before. But don't rely on this, because you didn't want to put on. So the question is, why can't I? Why are you not allowed to make the bracha after Yishtabach? You're allowed to talk then, l'tzarchei rabbim, so this is a mitzvah. Rav Moshe writes, the Dirshu quotes, Archaim Chilek Dal Siman Zayin, it's a knas. If you intentionally scheduled your talis and tefillin because, you had to come in, guy comes with this big coffee to the shul, right? 64 ounces. You could almost do tefillas kelim in his coffee, There were almost 40 sa. The guy sipping the coffee while everyone else is down, he's sipping the coffee, and then he's scheduled his talis and tefillin. No, pal. And while we're at it, leave your coffee outside. Drink your coffee at home. The minhag Yerushalayim is to hold the lulav and esrog, not to hold a 64-ounce cup. Fine. Okay. Drink? With a bracha? You mean you made a bracha before?
Made a bracha before, continuing this coffee.
I don't think so. No, you made a bracha, Baruch Sha'amar. It's going on the Pesukei Dzimra. L'chayr, it's a hefsek. Stam, it's not nice. Why is the guy drinking? Yeah, no. If he's a part-time camel, we'll let him do it. But if he's a human being, and his father's Adam, his father is human, his mother is human, then he should not be drinking. If he's going to die, if it's a sakanas nefashos, he could do it. I can't hear. What?
There was an ovel who was davening every day, and then in the winter he got a bit hoarse. So he had a cup of water with him, he started davening, and he kept sipping it during davening.
I don't know. Look, one second. One second. Oh, look. Sometimes I have. It's not always easy to find the Baal Koirei, right? So it's not easy. It's not always. So sometimes the Baal Koirei comes in with his water bottle. I can't take it. I don't. At first, I told him. First, you have to make kiddush. Well, it's Shabbos. You can't drink. You ready to daven Shachris, right? You can't drink water before Kiddush. Before Havdalah, you could drink Me'ikar Hadin, but not before Kiddush. No, so I wasn't winning that one. But it's not, I mean, all beverages should in the back section. The bar could be in the back, and people could have their beverages over there. But, okay. Weiter. The Rama continues. Hago miu hashel tzibor im loy hayaloi talis tchila yisatif betzitzis koidem shiyaschel yishtabach kedei shiyomer hakadosh miyad achar yishtabach v'lo yafsik. So like this, the shliach tzibor. Let's say he didn't have a talis before he got up there. So when should he put on the talis? After yishtabach, but then there's going to be hefsek between yishtabach and kaddish. Before yishtabach. That's also a problem because it's a hefsek between Pesukei Dzimra and Yishtabach. So to that, the Mishna Berura says, Miu hashliach tzibor, de gnaihu letzibor lahamtin alav ben Yishtabach lekadish. It's a gnai for the tzibor to wait for him between Yishtabach and Kaddish. And v'gam hakadish kol yal Yishtabach. So there are two things. It's a gnai for the tzibor to wait. You can't make the tzibor wait. V'gam HaKadosh kol al yishtabach. Kaddish is also going on yishtabach. Al ken yisatev tekef betalis. Put on the talis right away. V'adin b'tefillin v'yivarech. What do you mean? But it's a hefsek. Yeah, what do you do about that? What do you do about the fact that it's a hefsek between Pesukei Dzimra and yishtabach? It sounds like, you pick the lesser of two evils. However, if they did not bring the talis until after he finished Yishtabach, Kodim Shemar Kaddish, Yachal Haniach Sham Ulavarech. He could put it on then and make a bracha. V'hakol yamtinu. Why? Hol v'yavshar b'lav hachich ma'ishis rala kaman b'soif siman nudad b'haga ayin sham. Now, the Dirshu brings someone who's mafsik l'dvar mitzvah between Yishtabach and Yotzar. The Ramah says, when the Shliach Tzibor continues to daven, he should say part of Pesukei Dzimra in order to say Kaddish. Okay, there is a halacha brought, Siman Nun Dalet Gimel, that if let's say the Shliach Tzibor already said Yishtabach, and now they're waiting for a minyan or something, and they waited 10 minutes, he should say, and then he should say Kaddish. But here, it's only a small wait, then the Mishna Berura does not give that eitzah. So going back to Rabbi Yeager's question, what was your question again? Why don't you?
My question is, we already finished Shiurim Hayam, and you can't be mapping between that and Yishtabach. Your Tefillin. So why can't you point to Tefillin and say another parak afterwards?
Okay. So regarding that, I think there is a distinction. Kaddish has to go on Pesukim. So even though I said Pesukim before, but I'll say Pesukim now, so I'll be able to say Kaddish. But the bracha of Yishtabach is going on the mitzvah of Pesukei Dzimra. Once I already said, and I was Mekayim the mitzvah of Pesukei Dzimra, l'chayra, it's not going to help just to say again more psukim. Those I can't make a bracha on that. I was already mekayim l'chayra the mitzvah of Pesukei Dzimra. Okay, we're going to hold it over here. Okay, sorry. Let's hold it here. Let's try tomorrow for the same time.